Hello and welcome to this live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. That is Bentley Leopard getting totally tubular here on his first ever live post at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Welcome everybody, totally tubular. I'll zoom out here a little bit. That's some tube enrichment. Well, zoom, off he goes. Whoa! Bentley, I've never seen you zoom like that with a piece of enrichment in your mouth. Off Bentley goes, showing off the breadth of his free-roaming habitat. Welcome, everybody. Thought we're going to be starting out the live with a rolling leopard, but we started out the live with a running leopard. This is the last member of the Oregon rescue. By now, you know that the Wildcat Sanctuary took part and relocating 15 exotic cats from a closed-down roadside zoo in Oregon, the West Coast Game Park Safari in Bandon, Oregon. And you know that we were able to say yes to 4 different cats involved in that rescue. We got to meet Louie, the jaguar. We got to meet lioness Nasha. We got to meet Eurasian lynx Lila. And now, today is the day that we get to meet leopard Bentley. So hello and welcome everybody. It is a happy Thursday indeed as we get to give Bentley a warm TWS welcome. And he's got a few different fun enrichment items that he's playing with. Bentley, as you probably saw from the e-newsletter, as you probably saw from the selection of photos, the small selection of photos that we chose to share on social media, that there was a lot of him playing, a lot of him rolling around, a lot of him, well, just enjoying life. And I think that happy-go-lucky, you know, is just the perfect description for a cat like Bentley. He goes where the wind blows him. He's ready to enjoy himself in a variety of ways, whether it's socializing with his new caretakers, whether it's enjoying enrichment like this, whether it's lapping up maybe a blood sickle type of enrichment, and then, of course, all the types of habitat and amenities that a leopard like Mr. Bentley certainly enjoys. And just in his short time at Sanctuary, he's taking full advantage of. So let me see if I can get a better look at this. And of course, right across the way is just, you know, mayhem happening in Thor Jr.'s pool, while Bentley is having his own bit of fun with his scented tube here. But hello and welcome everybody. You got some hellos to get in here as Mr. Bentley enjoys himself. Denise Donovan saying hi, handsome Bentley, and handsome indeed, Denise. Bree MacArthur saying hi, Bentley and everyone. Tanya Toner saying shared this post. Thank you for that, Tanya. He's having a good time, Kendra Ditto. That is, you know, that is just oh so true when it comes to Bentley here. Hi, Tanya again, saying hi, Judson and everyone at TWS, the cats, and of course, Kiara. And as Bentley goes and, just like Lucifer did on his intro post, show off how he knows that he has not only this excellent free-roaming habitat, but attached to his free-roaming habitat, he has his temperature-controlled indoor bedroom. And Bentley's been great about using that indoor space and shifting in for caretakers so they can do their cleaning, do their habitat maintenance, and of course, place enrichment for them. But as he goes and wanders inside, we'll be circling right back around to Mr. Bentley here. But we all heard that splashing and banging in the background. We got to come over and do a quick check-in with Thor Jr. as I look behind me to see if Bentley's come back out. Bentley is so handsome. He certainly is, Lisa. Yeah, Thor Jr., Kendra. He says, if I'm not getting the attention, then something's just not right with the day. Bella Rourke tagging Kathy, Ryan. Glad to see that. Everybody getting their tags in. Thank you, Faith. Because we may be hanging out with Thor Jr. White Tiger here just for a second, but we're going to be heading right back over there to Bentley because he's got some more scented tubes, as a matter of fact. He's got a couple blood sickles spread throughout his free-roaming habitat, so hoping it's going to be a nice introductory live with Mr. Bentley. Lori Heath saying hello. Hey, Lori. Hope all is well. Out west. I think that's where you are, Lori. Barbara Stockley saying, hi, gorgeous boy. Well, of course, you know, I get the caretakers to help me out, and we were able to go and play some enrichment, and you'll see him kind of exiting his indoor bedroom now. And Bentley's indoor bedroom exits into a fairly large yard, but the caretakers still consider it his shift yard. You're going to notice that it has a wall to my right, as well as that guillotine door, so we're able to shift Bentley into still this outdoor area if we're ever doing maintenance or cleaning or what have you in the main part of his habitat. But, as I was saying, Bentley has really been making excellent use of his space here at the sanctuary. You saw that, well, probably one of his favorite things is kind of a combination of what we're seeing right now is really bedding into some of the tall grass and bushes. And in combination, of course, with enjoying a piece of enrichment. A good reminder of the wild animal that Bentley is, seeing those puncture wounds on the cardboard tube that he's toting around there. It's also worth understanding that Bentley, unfortunately, is front paw declawed, which is just indicative of the type of quote-unquote way that these exploiters made these cats more safer to interact with when they were put on for these cub petting and photo opportunities. So knowing a cat like Bentley is 16, we're going to be making sure that he has everything that he needs in what are considered his geriatric years here at Sanctuary to make sure he's comfortable and happy. And I have to admit, Mr. Bentley, there has been a lot of fun enrichment sessions before we've introduced you to all of our followers, and you've hung out. I have never seen him take a piece of enrichment and walk and just leave with it and go over to, well, basically he's at the entrance to his room. So this is a new behavior from Bentley. He's loving his tube. It's not like he's going over there to get away from me. I think it's, kind of touching on that point earlier, Bentley just kind of goes where the wind blows him. And it seems like he's wanting to maybe try to fit his tube. He definitely fit it right into his room there. All right. Well, Bentley, the show must go on. We were hoping to do an introduction with you. We'll be sure to check in, mister. But I might go jump back over to Thor Jr. We're also hearing a lion song in the background from Lion Leo. Always, and this is just funny. I know I just zoomed out. I'm going to quickly zoom back in where that's either Tacoma, Quincy, or Rainier looking at Bentley, who's now walked into his room. Bentley has Aaron, and then Tacoma, Quincy, and Rainier along a shared wall. So 2 shared walls in his habitat, a triplet of cougars on one side, and then a lone cheetah on the other. And it looks like Tacoma's got a little bit of tube envy, it seems, and is kind of glaring in to that indoor bedroom and wondering, what in the heck is that leopard going on in there? But Bentley's enjoying himself nonetheless. So obviously we want him to be, center stage. But that's one of the excellent things about life at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Our rescues get to do what they want, when they want, and how they want. And if that involves him having some fun in his bedroom, I imagine he'll circle back out eventually. Here, the maintenance team driving down to some of the new habitats that are being built over here as they're continuing some of the construction in Cattail Creek. Oh, hey, Mr. Thor Jr. And about 140 of you watching here. Welcome, everybody. This is also a great time to just, kind of recenter and help understand who the Wildcat Sanctuary is, what we do, and how thankful we are to have people like you watching posts like this. Is that we at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we are an accredited last chance rescue for wildcats in need. And we are a nonprofit, and we rely on the support of, just like I mentioned, the people like you watching this post. Bentley behind me, Thor Jr. right here in front of me. These are 2 of over 150 rescued wildcats at the Wildcat Sanctuary. There are so many rescue stories here, so many happy endings, so many chances for cats to finally be the wildcats that they were born to be. And that's thanks to people like you watching this post. So it's one of the days that we get to celebrate meeting some of these new cats who get to experience a life that they've never had before. And Mr. Thor Jr., we're just so happy that we have an audience to help give cats like Bentley a warm welcome. He says, speaking of warm, I think this pool's a little cool. I'll get some hellos in since my comments are working. I'm also just going to keep my head on a swivel because I know Bentley is the star of the show today. But Elizabeth Kringle checking in from the UK in the house. Glad to have you from across the pond, Elizabeth. Maria Pagano saying hi to Thor Jr., our little intermission here. Donna J. Klein saying hi, Judson. Hey, Donna. Hope all is well. And Barbara, I hear that it is finally Friday tomorrow, which means we are on the eve of a long weekend. If you're going to be celebrating Labor Day, having Monday off, I know I'm looking forward to a long weekend. And as I always say, Mr. Thor, and as you guys are always so good about, is acknowledging how that might not be the case for some of our caretakers. At the Wildcat Sanctuary, we're staffed 24/7, 365. Even on holidays like Christmas, some of those ones that are special to so many, there's still a TWS staff member here spending the holiday not with their family, but with the cats. So I'm certainly looking forward to the long weekend, and I'm definitely thankful that we have some kick-butt caretakers who are making those sacrifices to maybe not have a long weekend, but a special weekend with the cats. Anybody see a leopard over there? Making sure he didn't sneak out and is maybe licking one of my blood sickles. But I think he's just probably having a total field day with that tube in his bedroom. That's so funny. But hey, again, tomorrow's Friday, and I'm not discounting Bentley from the live today, but we'll try to do another mulligan tomorrow. And again, I'm just laughing. He's not in his room because, he doesn't want to be seen. He's in his room because in a flurry of excitement, he dragged one of his scented tubes into there and is having a little fun in privacy, it seems. And I saw, speaking of Bentley, Paula Johnson, one of our dedicated TWS supporters, mentioning that you are thinking about considering Bentley as one of your new sponsor kiddos at the sanctuary. And Paula, you have quite the sponsorship family, and I know Bentley would be the perfect accent to that wonderful group. And I know Miss Shadow, one of our former rescued leopards, was oh so special to you and of course so many people here at the sanctuary. And I think that would be kind of a great way to honor her. Is this is the next kind of legacy of rescued leopard here. So certainly special, Paula, and as always, thank you for considering that. You keep grooming Mr. Thor. I'm gonna have to look with my eyeballs here for a goofy leopard Bentley. But I can talk a little bit about Bentley without Bentley actually being in the frame here. But of course, Bentley being one of 4 rescued who came from the Oregon or the West Coast Game Park Safari seizure in Oregon. I think Bentley was one of those cats where you meet them on rescue day, and you kind of already know who that cat is. You could see that he just kind of had that boyish look in his eye. He's kind of impish and playful. He really had, he had the kind of outward appearance of a cat that was, not aware of maybe truly how bad life was around them. But that's not to discount the conditions that nonetheless Bentley was experiencing. But again, he's just one of those cats where it immediately kind of clicked and was like, I think I know you. And I think I can just see that twinkle in your eye about how excited you are about life and, just how ready you are to embrace it, I should say. And I also have a fond memory of Bentley on the ride home. It would have been Rio, Elise, and myself were driving the rescue trailer back from Bend in Oregon here to Minnesota. And the caretakers, of course, are set up in all types of ways to make sure that the cats are getting home safely. And we have a camera in the trailer, and this trailer camera can be monitored from right there up. When we're in the cab of the truck, we can be looking into the rescue trailer behind us via camera. Well, we couldn't help but just chuckle every time, because we would check on, we'd get a visual on the cats, and then we would see Bentley laying in a different position every time. Sometimes he'd be up on his, on his back with his belly in the air. Other times with maybe his feet up against the front of his crate. It was just so easy to see that he was just so happy-go-lucky, carefree. I'm going to lay on my back. I'm going to kind of lay on my butt and back. It just was, again, those little identifying, markers of, I think I know what this cat is going to be like. And Bentley sharing his colorful personality with us that soon, that, close into his, meeting Bentley. But I have to admit, I do feel a little bit like the person who got stood up on their date a little bit, Bentley. I really did set the table here. He kind of ate and ran. We had 3 different scented tubes set out here. Caretakers did let me know that Vicks Vapor Rub was a scent that they've identified is a favorite of Bentley's. So I put out 3 tubes. You can see 2 tubes there. I pulled out all the stops, Bentley. I got a big old block of blood sickle from the freezer. I even have a couple more across his Skywalk systems. But hey, that's life. And as I mentioned earlier on the live post, we are more than happy for our rescues to do what they want, when they want, and how they want to do it. And we'll rectify some more quality Bentley time with everyone tomorrow, as it's Friday and we still have some time to get in alive. And you too probably are also noticing, I'm going to just take a moment and see if I can maybe say hi to Aaron, Cheetah Aaron. You're also probably noticing today's Thursday. I'm not Tammy, and this is not a Wildcat wrap-up. And Tammy is taking, it's obviously a long weekend for everyone. She's extending her weekend a little bit and is getting some time off, and which I won't be doing any wrapping up. Seems like I won't be doing much filming of Bentley either. But we're still trying our best here, everyone. We got a good dose of Bentley at the beginning of the live.